Hey, yo, it's your boy Sam Duke,
It's your man, Tell McKell.
It's your boy Warren P.
and you are listening to another great episode of You
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 Good, Bruh?
good,
good,
bruh?
bruh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back again, back again.
Once
Today,
again.
I know, right? It's been a while since we put out any kind of live episodes. I think we're going live on YouTube right now.
Oh,
Uh,
shit. Okay.
yeah, but
I'm ready for
uh,
my close up.
I know, right? I know, right? But yeah, man, it's been a minute since I seen you boys, man. It feels good to be with y'all and
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
for sure.
be back
Well,
rocking.
it's crazy because after you take a social media hiatus, so much has happened
It's a
since the
lot,
last
yeah.
time we've been
It's
together.
it's a lot. We've done events. We've done things have been going on in the world, of course.
Sure.
Life changes. I got some really dope interviews that we need to put out like ASAP. They're so good.
Let's
Uh,
go.
Yeah, and so we'll be blessing y'all with that pretty soon, and hopefully, fingers crossed. Who knows? We maybe even make an appearance on a show or two. You know,
I don't know.
I
We'll
don't
see.
know. We'll see. I mean, I was talking to her today. Maybe. So
Oh Lord.
I know, right?
I don't
So
even know what these boys talking about either. So
he doesn't. He doesn't. But anyway, that's not the point. A lot has happened, and today we're going to address a particular topic. I think this, is something that people have been discussing the past couple of weeks, and it's sort of died down. But I think it's still relevant to have a conversation about the way men show up in relationships.
Mm.
I think that's always something that we could shed light on. Give perspective on, and also give people an idea of how we feel, how we think about certain things. So
Yeah.
recently, first and foremost, one of the greatest R&B stars of our generation has a residency that he is he is partaking on in Las Vegas,
Selling out every night.
and he's selling out every single night. And I know there's some people that gonna have different opinions about him being the greatest of our generation from an R&B
because
perspective,
the
but
greatest is actually locked up and shit, burn in hell.
well,
But
that's I would say that's like there was a there was a shift. That's not really our generation. That's a little bit.
Yeah, and also he's not a performer.
Yeah, and he's
Like
the
not.
Usher's
greatest is
Yeah,
locked
the
up and
greatest
should burn in
performer.
hell.
Yeah, that ain't this. That
The
ain't this.
greatest performer
The greatest
Okay, I
performer,
get it.
greatest
I get it.
entertainer,
But
R&B
greatest,
performer, the package, right? And
yeah,
so Usher's
triple
been
threat.
selling out shows in Las Vegas and doing a bunch of doing this residency. I think this is his second residency. He had I
Yeah,
think he had the it
first
was like
run
the
last
first
year.
run, and then he has another run. It's the My Way
He getting
run,
money.
and he's getting money, and going viral almost every week. It's a show that everyone that I know that's been to has said that it's been it's one of the greatest shows
Right.
they've seen. And so something happened recently at one of his shows. Knowing that he's epic, it seems like every night, whenever a celebrity or some people of notoriety or just people in general, he finds ways to interact with the crowd. And on this particular night, Usher was interacting with Kiki Palmer.
Yeah, the boss lady herself.
Not to
Love
mention,
Kiki.
I make it clear, Usher has interacted with other celebrities, but prior to this, by the way, there has been Taraji P. Henson, who I know she got a man.
Hmm.
There's been Issa Rae, who we know is married. There have
Hmm.
been others that have, had their night with Usher.
That's a wild way to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, dog.
That's wrong.
that have had their
Out of
night.
respect to their men and husbands,
You
he didn't
triggering.
mean it the way it
Right.
sounded.
He didn't mean he don't mean to trigger you.
You see how I'm coming at it, right?
Right.
But yeah, they've had their time with Usher, and there was not this much of an outpouring outroar. But what ended up happening is Kiki Palmer had was out there. She was getting serenaded by Usher, and of course, She was enjoying herself. She
Hell,
was
she serenaded him.
yeah, she serenaded him too. Yeah, so
See,
and it seemed as if when I saw it, I didn't see anything. I didn't take any. I didn't,
Like,
I
not
didn't
a
see
thing.
nothing. Yeah, I didn't see anything. They did.
Hmm.
They did a little dancing and two step from left to right
Entertain.
and entertainment. But she did turn around and she had a little. She had the cheeks out. She had the cheeks out now, so I'm not gonna try to downplay it. She had the cheeks out, and it was clear that Usher was paying attention. And
he let a high note out
yeah,
when she spun around.
yeah, he let a little something out there, and it seems as if her father of her child, and I think it was her boyfriend at the time. I'm not sure,
Yeah,
the
as far
ins
as I
and
know,
outs.
they were still together. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as we know, they were still together. He tweeted, I think verbatim, it's the outfit for me. You're a mom, type thing. Like it's just like you're a mom,
In the
and
words of Rich Homie Quan, he felt some type of way.
yes, he definitely felt some type of way. And I'm not sure what his motivation was for tweeting this. Um, I'm sure now after he's explained it, but at the time I wasn't sure what the motivation was. But it sent Twitter, it sent social media ablaze because it seemed as if he was policing his woman in her attire and what she had going on, that night.
Yeah.
And so it seems as if there's two sides of the spectrum. There's one side that's just like, you can't police her. You know what I'm saying? That's Kiki Palmer.
That's why I said boss lady.
There's a boss lady. She's the breadwinner. She's the always got a job, right? And and then there's the other side, which is like, look, this is a man speaking out on how he feels his woman should be represented in public, and
And
that
mother of his kid. Can't
and the
forget
mother
that.
of his kid. Yeah, and
That
he
part.
made it clear you're a mom, right? And so at that point that was the conversation being had. I want to see, fellas, what y'all think about it, because I know y'all shared some words back and forth in regards to how y'all feel
You
about the
mean
situation.
before the social media hiatus
Yeah,
really kicked in?
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Did we share words or we just
Yeah, we
kind
had
of
a
gave?
discussion.
Oh,
we
okay.
had a discussion.
Look, Warren said, I'm not
We had
letting it
a
off the hook with
discussion.
that
I was
one.
like, I can't wait to see this brother. Can't wait.
I mean, for me, it's accountability things. It's not really whether she should have had her back out or I mean, and honestly, it may have just been a black dress, and when the flashes go, sometimes those dresses, they're material you can see through them, which I'm not giving her a pass or anything. I'm just saying, like, when you put it in the perspective of should there have been anything said, yeah, she was definitely caked
Double
up,
cheek
double cheek
out, boy.
caked out, like
Made sure you notice.
her
I know,
son,
Too.
right?
how she said her son has given her some ass, and and there it was. And so to me, I think the fact that he was motivated to put this on a platform where her readers could see it, her fans could see it, versus a text message, like the fact that he took it public, it says to me that he had an intention that was not necessarily one that I would think would fall under fidelity. Like I feel like he was trying to embarrass her, and ultimately it didn't work out the way that he planned. And thusly, I feel like his accountability, he called a hailstorm, and I'm like, oh well, shit, you open your mouth, and that's my position on it. Like I don't have a say on what women wear. I don't really care. If she was my woman, I wouldn't care because she's coming home to me. Whether that would be my comment. Hey, make sure you bring that ass home, type of deal. That would have
Yeah.
been my comment, and I'd be waiting for you. Like set yourself up to win, bro. Like,
Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and go now.
yeah,
Nah. Miss Pettis, once again, I'm not policing women's bodies. I'm not telling them what to wear. But for every action, there is a reaction, good or bad.
sure. Yeah.
She leave the house, the Pettis household, dressed like that, hey, I ain't gonna put hands on no other shit like that. Like I ain't that type of man. I ain't gonna be like you this, you that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be a nigga.
Well, I mean, but
I'm
are
gonna
you
go
gonna are
out and
you?
do nigga shit.
I mean,
Like
but are
since
you
you
gonna
want to
put it
go
on
out and
Twitter?
do
You gonna put it
single
on?
woman
Are
shit,
you gonna put it on Twitter?
huh?
That's the point. Are you gonna
Now,
put? Are you gonna put her on blast on
now
Twitter?
you gotta let me finish. You gotta let me
Okay.
finish, my brother. Now,
Because we
we
don't know
both
we
stated,
don't know if he wasn't. He may have been out there doing
yeah,
that
yeah,
type
yeah.
of
We
shit.
both
We don't
stated
know.
that his mistake was putting it out on Twitter. He should have handled that behind closed doors. Like him getting killed, for me, I thought was unwarranted for the other things. Now, I was one of the ones that was truly out here saying like, nah, bro, you don't talk, you don't make your lady look bad like that. Like if you had an issue with her, be a man and handle it behind closed doors. Because from what it seemed, you did something that a teenager would do. Was like, oh, okay, you felt embarrassed by the outfit that she wore, so all right, you know what, I'm gonna embarrass her. Or it
Yeah.
could have been the man saying like, hey, we seen your girl out there at the Usher concert with her ass out. Like that's how you let your lady leave the
The
house. Probably
double
got
cheeked
gassed up
up.
by the boys and was like, hold on now, I can't have these boys thinking I'm soft out here. Like,
I mean,
nah, you a mom. You don't need to be dressed like that to let the boys know, nah, hey, I ain't a sucker. I don't go for that.
yeah.
Cause I mean,
So,
cause we don't know if they had a. Cause at the end of the day, we don't know if they had a conversation behind closed doors. To whereas he approached her about the outfit, and she was like, "I'm Kiki Palmer. I can wear what I want to wear. Like, what you gonna do about it?" And went out there. So I don't know that. But what I had an issue with was like, all right, they digging up this man past tweets. They doing all this other stuff because he spoke on something in
ooh,
regards to how he felt the mother of his child was dressed. Like his character is getting assassinated to whereas like I
but
mean they
he
got the tweet
committed.
up right there. Like
But the character assassination is character suicide because you're a hypocrite. Is that you a father and you rocking out with your cock out on the side of your
see
bed
see
for an
see now
Instagram photo?
that's what it
I
was.
know, yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah.
I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
Hey, Mikhail,
He in the
you and
hold
I
on, hold
both
on.
know it
I'm
is.
just saying
Hey,
you
there are
cannot.
double standards out here.
But I don't rock
Life
like
ain't
that.
fair.
But you know I don't rock like that. You know I don't
Okay,
Okay.
rock
hold
double
on. Let me
standard.
ask you
Okay.
one
Hold
question.
on.
Let me
Wait.
ask
Wait.
you
Wait.
one
Wait.
question. I just want to ask Mikhail this one question. You say you don't rock like that. And an intruder comes into your house. Who is expected to take care of the family first? You or your wife?
We both
No, no.
rocking. No. We both got trigger fingers. We
I
both.
understand that.
Let me tell
But
you
who
something.
is
I got a
expected?
problem. I'm gonna have a issue, being that we have two children. If I'm the only one with the gun out, like that's a problem, bro.
That's not the question. I
That
said
is
who
the
is
answer.
expected.
I don't know about no expectation. I'm talking about my house. You understand
Oh,
what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my let me be clear. Who I am as a person, it doesn't. There is no expectation. Who I am as a person is I'm rocking out. I'm blasting. I'm blasting off. Period. Whether she's doing it or not. In the aftermath, if I'm the only one that's seeing about the kids' safety, that's a conversation to be had, bro. Like
Oh,
in this
I agree.
world, in this day and age, I mean, I don't rock with the world's expectations. I think about the reality. So I don't do double standard. I
okay.
don't.
What I'll say this since we're speaking about the double standard piece, and just to add more to the conversation, you know, he was taking pictures of really suggested pictures of her when she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? He
And
put
posting
pictures
them.
and posting
Yeah,
them
that
up.
was.
And so it starts the conversation of how do men show up in relationships, right? And at what point is it okay for you to to have these conversations? I believe you can have these conversations at any point in time,
Oh, for
but
sure.
it's the what we're seeing here with this tweet. We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is.
I agree. By the way.
This He said, "This is my family and my representation. I have standards, morals to do what I believe. I rest my case." Okay,
Wife.
now there we go. That's another thing. And I was just talking about how men show up in a relationship because he said wife, right? But they ain't married,
Yeah.
clearly. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and
You ain't
That's
I
proposed,
always
brother.
you haven't
right.
proposed, and she hasn't accepted. And when we get to talking about the the levels, you know what I'm saying? Because there's
Mhm.
always levels, right? There's the boyfriend, there's the fiance, and there's the husband. And
Mhm.
some people will tell you, oh, there's no difference. I'm gonna tell you, there's clear differences, right?
Tremendous,
Tell the
tremendous
government
and
difference.
that.
and
Right.
my issue is, and I've made this plain to people in the past, and I'll make it plain again, is men not starting real families. And when I say real families,
Mm.
is that they're not solidifying their spot as a family, because men create families, and the reality is he's speaking about his wife and his family, but he ain't got one, and he ain't got neither one. He has relatives.
Right.
You know,
You're gonna hurt a lot of people. You're
you know
gonna
what I'm
hurt a lot
saying?
of people feelings
Hey,
talking
hey
like that.
It's
man,
the
hey,
truth.
hey
It's the
man,
truth.
it's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth, and I hate this. It is what it is. But the reality is, he has not created a family. And in order to do that, in order to be able to, speak. Now, I'm against speaking out in public like that, regardless of your husband or not. But I
Facts.
feel like your authority to speak in that manner only happens when you put up a shut up. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? When you make it clear, like, this is the person that you want
Yeah.
to be with,
He.
and having a child ain't enough. I'm just being
Yeah. He ain't
real.
got. He ain't got no skin in the game. That's what it boils down to. When you put that ring or when you make that type of commitment to somebody, that's you putting skin in the game. All you did was, shoot up the club and you got a child, and all of a sudden you have domain and dominion over somebody's closet. Like that sounds a little out of touch.
Controlling and
Yeah, I
controlling.
was gonna go there, but it does.
Now I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
there. Now I'm not going to I'm not gonna pin this on this man, because I feel as if his thing it's an insecurity that was clearly broadcasted to the world,
Right.
and being who he is and her being who she is, I can understand that, right? However, we can't make excuses for that type of behavior, man. Like, as men, we all know that that's some fuck shit he did when he tweeted. Not his thoughts,
Okay.
but it's the action
The
behind.
vehicle, the vehicle
Yeah,
in which he
Nah,
it's
nah,
delivered
I'm,
the
I'm
it's
with
message.
that.
yeah it's like, bro. So you got an issue with the woman that you claim your wife and your family, whatever, and you gonna go tweet it to a bunch of strangers that don't like. Nigga, I'm in your shit right now.
Right.
I'm live
Yeah,
on YouTube talking about y'all shit.
that's some whole shit.
And I never met y'all. Like,
I should
I
know about
I
that. I
should know
should
about
know.
this. Yeah, like, handle your business, brother. Like, act like a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Handle your business with your woman. If your goal is to keep the relationship, is not. We always say adding more people to it is never gonna fix the problem.
At all. And that's
Now,
what that's
I
but I gotta say that that's the sanctity of what marriage brings, is that, for better or for worse, this was not their best moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
And even through it all, it seemed like she was more committed to the fidelity of the relationship, because her tweet and at the end of all of it was, I still love him. She stood up for him. She didn't
Mm.
say, that's right, y'all, get his ass, nothing like that. Like, she stood up and stood in front of him, for lack of a better phrase, to kind of stop the the feedback. And then some people were mad that she stood up for him, but then other folks were like, well, that's her man, y'all need to back off, let it go. But that's my
Yeah.
point. Why did she show up like that but he couldn't?
now I just have to interject one point, because I
Okay.
I I understand the creation of families and all that, but you say, okay, while she was pregnant, they posted certain type of pictures. Post having a baby, I don't have any kids. Did y'all look at your lady, your wife, the same way prior to kids versus after you seen the child born? Like, was there a different type of level of protection or a different type of energy? Like, yeah, you love your wife the same, maybe more, but was it any type of difference in how you looked at your wife once she provided y'all with the
Yeah,
child?
I'm gonna answer that straight up. Like, I was definitely, I had, because she's the mother of my children, I extend way more grace than I probably would if she wasn't. So again, what he did was completely against what a husband, in my opinion, would do to his wife. Like
Now,
nobody. Let me say this: nobody is perfect. The question is, how many times, how many things can you forgive? What are the things that you extend grace for? Like all she did was go out with her girls and had on an outfit that technically it was kind of like an underhanded compliment. He realized how fine she was in it, and she was in front of this pop star that's eyeballing her and had control of the situation, and he
I
got
mean, that's
triggered.
one way to look at it.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like that's what it boiled down to. And but he didn't. He forgot that she's supposed to be coming home to him, right?
But
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
not but now I have to go back to why I asked the question.
Hmm.
In regards to, all right, you are the mother of my child. How I look at you is a little bit different than how it was before when we were just dating. Now you have this. They have a daughter or a son. They have a
son,
daughter,
They,
right?
they have a son.
they have a
Son.
son.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like I think differently now. So I don't know if I want my son to see my mom see his mother leaving the house dressed like that. Once again, now I want to reiterate it, so I have to keep saying this. He should have never tweeted that. That should have stayed between the two. But as far as his idea, we were this one way. Now I have a child. I'm supposed to think different now. I'm supposed to have different actions. My roles in life have changed. So this, what may have not bothered me at one time, may bother me now with her actions. And this is like, and this is not even necessarily on Kiki. This is just in general. To
In general.
whereas, yo, I once I have a kid, I'm not. There are certain things to whereas in my lifestyle that I feel, or most people feel, they will have to change. You don't have to do a whole metamorphosis, but cut back on once you have kids, or some of the bad habits that you had. Not saying dressing anyway is a bad habit, but things change once you have kids. From the good parents that I know, they tell me that certain things in their life have changed.
Yeah, I'm
I,
not.
I, I'll agree with you to that to an extent. I
Yeah.
think that people have to be who they are. I think I want my wife to show up authentically herself because I want my kids to know what it looks like to be an adult woman and
Mhm.
how you conduct yourself and get that level of example. Now I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like the man that I am before I had kids is the exact same man I am after I had kids,
Was not.
but you're different. You think about things a little different. I think about the way, like Mikhail says, the grace you extend to your wife. You thinking about that because I have girls, so they watching me, and
Yeah.
so I have to show them, like, look, you know I, I have to extend a little bit more grace so they can see a healthy and a confident, well-rounded woman, because I believe, this is just my belief, that your wife is your glory. Like, when she is thriving and she looks good, she's in her good space. It's a reflection of who you are
Mhm.
as a man. And so so I try to keep that in mind the way when I deal with her. I think that there are, like, when you're talking about, I think where you're trying to go at is like, maybe you don't dress the same when you're a mom versus when you were a 25-year-old girlfriend with no children. And I can see that as an issue. However, the biggest issue is him not being able to learn how to communicate
Oh,
how he
facts for
feels
sure.
about that in a manner that is productive and constructive. And in my opinion, he opened the door to other men who may feel the way that he feels to be able to descend upon his woman and speak about her in a negative way. And that, in my opinion, is the biggest flaw of this whole situation.
Oh,
Uh,
I 100% agree with you. And if Kiki, if you're watching this, baby, I love you. All right,
mm,
I support you. I don't think any differently of you because you wore that outfit.
I,
But
I,
your man shouldn't have tweeted that. And if y'all had a conversation and he was like, "I feel uncomfortable with you wearing that," and you still went out on the ward, then I'd be like, both y'all wrong.
no, and I will say this that it's funny that he has this opinion. His wife is or I'm sorry, his girlfriend, his child's mother, is an actress where she'll be in scenes kissing, dressing, scantily based on the character. May even do a nude scene. I don't know.
She getting a check for that though.
But understand what I'm saying. She probably get a check for going to the Usher concert and showing up and showing out
What you mean?
because in this business, if you being talked about, your stock goes up. Her stock went up. You understand? Because of it. So maybe this was a ploy. I don't know, but
I hope it was.
you
It
cannot
worked.
date an actress and be insecure. Like it's counterintuitive.
It
I
doesn't make
mean,
sense.
It
It's-
really,
doesn't
you
make
can't
sense.
date a
It's
beautiful
the-
woman
Well,
and be
I'm just
insecure.
well
honestly.
that
But
too,
it's-
that too.
but
But
it
her
be-
job
yeah,
Yeah.
is literally interacting with potentially attractive men in a way that mimics what y'all do at home. And you still have to be able to look at her, still be able to support your son, help your son understand why mommy's on the screen kissing this stranger. Like you worrying about a dress and your child seeing your ass walk out the door.
Yeah.
Mamas be nude in front of their children they first 3 years of their life. Anyway, until the child be like, "Mommy, what's that?" And she be like, "Boy, get your ass out of here."
Get out.
he a new
So,
remember, he's a new father. Okay,
but it's a new baby. He's
Yeah.
worried about a Usher concert outfit. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's not realistic. When I say he's out of touch, that's what I'm saying. Like, bruh, what is your reality right now? You know, you're talking about somebody that's on daytime television. She's on movies. She's doing podcasts. She's out there. She's popping. And what actresses wear, what these things called maxi dresses? I don't even know what the hell they call, but they be tight. Whatever the tight ones
Yeah,
are.
those leotards
They-
and
yeah,
those,
they-
yeah,
This
they
is
do
what
that.
they wear. This is and I don't know if you've been to LA, but there ain't nothing. What she had on was nothing compared to something that I've seen in LA.
Oh
So
yeah, man,
I hold,
that's
see,
true.
see, see. Now this is where I got in the dispute with some people. Like, hey, I don't give a fuck what other
everybody
people
else do.
doing. Like,
no,
that
what I'm
ain't
talking,
my
I'm
lady.
talking, I'm talking
That
about
ain't
culture.
my wife.
No,
I don't care
Warren,
what they doing in
I'm
Sodom
talking
and Gomorrah.
about. I'm
Okay,
talking about. No, I'm talking about culturally. Like in the South, how we were raised, that probably ain't gonna cut it in a general sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But in culturally, that's not wild to Vegas. It's not.
Oh no, no,
That
I'm
is
with
a.
you.
So when we're looking at this and we're looking at what she has on, and yes, we can say Kiki's fine, she's beautiful, whatever. And then we look at
Talented.
this talented, smart, all of those things, and then we see this tweet from this person that's from her culture, from an area, living the lifestyle that they're living, and for him to put that out there, I just feel like that kind of spoke to his disassociation to his reality. Like he has no idea where he is, and maybe it is being a new father has him spinning, left and right and out of
Yeah.
touch. But it clearly, to me, I feel like it was I ain't gonna say a cry for help, but it
Okay.
clearly he needs to have somebody in
Oh.
his corner that's not his boys clowning him because his wife is out. I mean, his girlfriend out cheeked up.
Okay, I'm gonna play the other side of it just for fun. This is fun for me, guys. Uh, I'm gonna play the other side of it because there were arguments that came out that was saying like, well, she out there. You were talking about her career. She's making the money. She's the breadwinner.
Right.
And and you're not her husband. Yada yada yada. And I was just like, man, it's funny because when men say, "Look, I'm the breadwinner," you know, if I'm footing the bill, whatever the case may be, you leave me alone. Nobody seems to understand that, right? But then when the woman is, doing her thing, she's liberated, she's the breadwinner. It's shut up, man. You shouldn't have no opinions, right? And I think that is
Double standard.
a double standard we
Yeah,
need
I
to
don't
take a
do
look at. I know you don't agree with that,
Yeah.
Mikhail, but what I'm saying is it is a part. The double standard is a part of the conversation, right? And that is, in essence, the idea that when a woman is doing it, men cannot have an opinion. But when a man is doing things, like if a man, let's just say a
He's
man,
controlling.
Well, they both controlling, and let me. I gotta. This
I
is
agree
my
with you, though,
issue. This
Miguel.
is my issue with standards.
yeah,
It doesn't respect any of the adults. It doesn't
I
respect
agree.
the individual. It doesn't respect who you say you want to be. Some people may want to be stay-at-home dad, right? But the standard, you got to be out there get the guap and da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But then, and then if he go out there get the guap and he out there cheating, well, he getting the guap. No, I don't let double standards explain away bad behavior. At the end of the day, one person is an adult, respect. The other person is an adult, respect. What's the best way that we can respect each other and make this family a family? And if we ain't talking about that, then what the fuck are we talking about? Because that little boy, he ain't got nothing to do with this shit. He don't even know who Usher is. But Usher about to break up his mom and daddy.
Yeah,
And that's a
and that
ridiculous story to
I
tell.
I think that's the saddest part about it, because there's on both sides. There's the women that's just like, you don't need to be dealing with this dude, and there's the men that
Mhm.
saying, y'all supporting her leaving her man and breaking up a family because of this. And it's like, the reality is, they're the two in the relationship,
That's
you
it.
know, and they have to, if they want it to work, they have to learn to communicate in ways, I know she's a star, but outside of the public eye.
Yeah.
Even though you're a public figure, you're gonna have your public moments, but the way they are handling it, and I say this, even on her end, because she did some petty shit too. She's a Virgo. She's done some petty, like, kind of jabbing back at him. I
Yeah,
think
there was some tweets. It wasn't just that
well,
tweet you
it,
said, Mikhail. She threw
it,
some tweets
No,
out there
I
herself.
didn't suggest it wasn't.
no,
I know you didn't see it.
what she
Nigga.
did, which was really, really petty, and I mean, my inner me loved it because it was savage as fuck, but my outer me was like, that's fucked up how she did that. She did the Let It Burn song, you know. She started singing, "It's gonna hurt for me to say it's coming." I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking petty. But you know that's the thing. Like, you gotta handle people in general. If you dealing with your relationship in a public, or have a lot of people
Yeah.
associated with the way that you're handling your problems, it's
Yeah.
never gonna work out.
That's like relationship 101 for marriage is keep people out
Exactly.
your marriage. Keep other folk
Yeah.
out your marriage. If you married.
Yeah. I mean, if you, yeah, Mikhail is not letting that shit go, man.
I can't believe
I,
that. I'm
I,
like,
I think we hit this one, man. Y'all, any last words before we wrap up?
no, I hope the family becomes a family. I hope that they are able to honor what he claimed in that tweet. That would be great for the son, and I'm pretty sure great for both. I imagine they love each other, so the hell y'all waiting for?
I just want brothers to be able to express themselves without being crucified. And if they make a mistake, being able to be taught a lesson and given peace and forgiveness, as others want that to be done to them when they make mistakes.
If that's what you want, stay off
Man,
Twitter.
let
Stay
me
off
tell you
Twitter.
something. Warren is
Or
not for
X.
anybody coming for men, man. And
Right.
that's
No. The thing is, I want it, as Mikhail said, I don't like the double standards. Like, yo, if you gonna hold me a certain degree, I want you to be held to a certain degree yourself. Because, as I said, well, here, the brother was mistaken for doing this shit publicly. All right, I've addressed him. Now let me address the other side, who's making it seem like, hey, now when we act this way, it's like we're the worst in the world. But when y'all act the same way, it's like, oh, okay, we should get a pass. That's where my issue will always lie. You can ask my wife. I'll go at the men just as hard as I would the women. Pause.
well, yeah. With that being said, man,
Pause.
look, get off of Twitter.
X. It's X.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
X. Yeah,
refreshing,
get
I
off
ain't gonna
get
lie
off
to
of
you.
X. And also, at the end of the day, man, look, when you dealing with high value women, when you
Stay in
dealing
the
with-
house and shut up and
Hey,
cook and
man,
clean.
look, it's just a different level of
Yeah,
shit you gonna have to
change
deal
your
with.
diapers and shut the fuck up.
Get
Hey,
in the
man,
kitchen
look.
if you got a high value woman.
I know, right? I'm Sam Dupe, and I am good.
I'll
man.
tell Mikhail that I'm good.
I'm Warren P and I'm good.
Like, remember to like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, share. This was fun, guys. y'all have a great day.
All right,
We out.
be
God
blessed.
bless. Peace.